Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Healz, and I'm finally here with the Healz official Korra guide. Currently, I'm considered one of the best Korra mains in NickBrawl, if not the best Korra mains, so I'm gonna try my best to, explain this character and show you guys what she's all about. NickBrawl has been out for roughly around 6 months now, and there's been a lot of game shifting meta changes, so this guide may or may not hold up in the future for very long. I guess we'll see, but I think it's finally time someone gets a character guide out there for Korra, so here I am. Currently, Korra does not sit too high on most people's tier list, but with that being said, she still has one of the most scary punish games out of the whole entire cast. One mistech against Korra can often result in your stock, but the biggest thing holding the avatar back is her ability to close out stocks at higher percents, as well as an incredibly volatile disadvantage state. So when playing Korra, you really need to take as much as you can from each advantage state you get in. And that's pretty much going to be the main theme of this guide. How can we push Korra's punish game, and how can we stay out of disadvantage as much as possible? So for the first section of this guide, I'd like to go over Korra's combo game and basic bread and butter tools. Korra's combo game is definitely her main strength, and when you fully understand it, you can pull off some stylish Build-A-Bear combos due to her light air and mix-ups with rising up air and light air. Korra has a few ways of getting her combos started, with most are pretty much all utilizing her infamous light down air. Korra's light down air has a lot of lag, so it is very important that we drag down each one that we do so that it is possible for her to follow up after. Korra's light air currently has one of the most unique properties in the game. When you hit your opponent, they will be in a slow falling hit stun that allows Korra to follow up after. Each one of Korra's light airs does 10% damage each, and when dragged down, you can deal some massive damage. One of the best ways to get her light down air combos started is by simply just up throwing your opponent and following up with 2 to 3 drag down light down airs. When you first start playing Korra, it's very important to focus on perfecting this combo, since her combo game heavily relies on light down air. This is a great starting place for new Korra mains, and later you'll be able to push the combo even further. So simply just going into training and practicing up throw light down air will benefit you a lot. One thing you should keep in mind about this combo is that yes, it is 100% true on mid to heavyweight characters, but the higher the percentage, the less dares you'll get away with, and the harder it will be to follow up after the up throw, since they can eventually just DI away. Also, light characters can DI away the throw from pretty much any percent and escape it, so it's important that you don't overcommit to punishing early. Throw your opponent up and wait a split second, and then react to the DI. One of the most optimal options you can do after your light downers is to simply just re-grab and go for it again. I'll be going over some more advanced stuff with up throw light down air in a later segment in this video, but I really emphasize on getting that down, that's for sure. Alright, now we're going to get into a little bit more advanced stuff off of the light down air combos. So the first thing is learning how to utilize the back hit of up air is key to making the light down air combos extend on some characters and can even rack up more damage into like the 90s and sometimes even 100% range. So after you've successfully landed a drag down light down air, you can actually follow up with a drag down light up air into another drag down light down air and then repeat the process over and over again. Keep in mind that the lower your opponent is to the stage itself, the easier this combo is to pull off. Another option is to actually substitute your light up air with light in air. You can choose to either drag this one down or not, but if you don't drag it down, make sure you're ready to follow up the nair with a light air immediately after to start your light air combos again. Starting Korra's light air combos without the grab, just raw grab, right? You can do this by 1, dash attack grabbing, which obviously is just not a raw grab, but you can dash attack grab off of strong dash, and you can dash attack grab off of a light dash as well. So those are some options to start your regrab chains, just like so. Another great way is to actually just uncharge up strong out of shield, or when your opponent is close. If they don't DI away from the up strong, you can follow up with an immediate regrab if they're at, you know, extremely low percents, like 0%, or you can follow up with a light dare into regrab. This set up for last because I think it's going to be probably, you know, more towards your advanced tech, but I did want to showcase it. But Korra can do strong dash attack into rising up air, which allows us to get some pretty cool combos off of. She can immediately just, like you see there, just strong dash attack, rising up air, light down air into regrab, and then boom, her stuff is started. Keep in mind, it's pretty hard to DI out of, especially when they've got some, you know, decent percent. Like, I'd say when they're around like mid percentage, 50, 40, 30 is when this combo becomes really good, because they just get knocked up to this place like where that light down air is just always gonna, I mean, that rising up air is just always gonna hit. So make sure you guys are dragging down that, you know, up air too, because that allows you to follow up after it. If you don't, then yeah, it's gonna be tough. So for the second part of the guide, we're going to be going over some of the very few ways Korra can confirm KOs. For the most part, Korra loves to kill off of a strong dash attack, whether it be a dash attack into a strong or a dash attack jump cancel S-Dare. This is definitely her most reliable source for closing out stocks. Knowing what to follow up your strong dash with comes down to your stage positioning. If you're center stage, you should almost always be looking to up strong after your strong dash. Just keep in mind this move can be extremely deceiving and when it can kill sometimes, since your opponent can just DI away from the attack and just live at some pretty insanely high percents. Now, when it comes to landing a strong dash on the side of the stage, it can be kind of situational. Say SpongeBob is standing right here. If he's standing right here, it's probably going to be beneficial for me to just go for the neutral strong out of the strong dash, because I'm not going to be able to get a strong dare. He probably is not going to get knocked out too much from the hit of the dash attack. And I'm probably not going to be able to down strong out of it too, because it probably won't send him to, you know, the part of the stage where I can land that and spike him. So probably beneficial at this point to just neutral strong. If your opponent is in the corner of the stage and you land your strong dash, it is almost always optimal to jump cancel your dash attack into a strong dare. You can do this by inputting dash attack and then tapping your jump button after your dash attack. Then you can follow up your opponent's DI and drag down an S-Dare on their head. The timing is a little tricky to learn since Korra's S-Dare has a lot of end lag. So here's a tip. Make sure to spam your second jump after you land your strong dare so you can survive the combo. If done right, this can steal stocks from your opponents very fast and at low percentages. Also keep in mind that you can scoop your opponent out of a missed tech with strong dash. One thing that's really good about Korra's strong dash attack is if your opponent decides to tech in, you can just linger the strong dash attack at the ledge here, and it almost always will catch your opponent's roll in because it lasts longer than the roll animation. Korra's strong dare combos off of dash attack have truly done amazing things for me at high level play. I strongly encourage anyone picking up Korra to learn this combo ASAP. A niche, but sometimes worth way of setting this up is to short hop, down throw, dash attack into S-Dare. This works on some of the casts. It's not very true on a lot of them. Pretty easy to DI out of nowadays, but it works on SpongeBob sometimes, that's for sure. But Yeah, this is one way we can set up into it. Another way we can try and set up into it is to just down throw your opponent towards the side of the stage and then hope they miss their tech and strong dash. This surprisingly catches a lot of opponents off guard because they just aren't expecting you to throw them like immediately towards the ground because Korra just usually tosses you up. A little bit more advanced tech into setting up into your strong dash to try and confirm a kill is to wave slime your light dash attack into your strong dash attack. This is not a true combo since they can tech your light dash, but I've found that it's incredibly hard to react to unless it's read properly. So it's something I use quite often in my gameplay. In order to wave slime, you must first input your first dash attack, and then input a wave dash immediately after your first dash attack hits. Then after your wave dash, quickly input your second dash attack. Keep in mind this only works with light into heavy and heavy into light dash attacks. 2 heavies can't be comboed and 2 lights can't be comboed. So you can actually 1, kill your opponent, or 2, start up your combos again. With Korra, there isn't really much more. Hard reads with up strong is very useful since it's frame 6 and works really well out of a jab reset. But as well as like placing your snare in like good spots, like trying to catch your enemy's jumps and stuff like that. You know, just hard reads on the ledge and stuff like that. But yeah, Korra definitely struggles with having the tools to like being able to confirm kills, you know, at high percentages very easily off of just raw hits. She requires a lot of reads and a lot of patience, to be honest. The next thing we're going to go through quickly is Korra's neutral tools, and then we're going to kind of get into, you know, how we can push that advantage state, how we can set up tech traps, and you know, confirm off of a strong dash a little bit more consistently. But quickly, I just want to go through, you know, what you want to be looking for in neutral with Korra, and just how you want to play it. Korra's neutral is mainly one of her biggest weaknesses due to her incredibly stubby and non-disjointed attacks. Her hitboxes are very honest, which makes her struggle versus a cast full of largely disjointed hitboxes. When playing Korra's neutral, you need to know how to properly space each character you fight against. Overcommitting and holding forward with Korra is often not a good strategy, since a lot of characters have one-button neutral winning tools, so we need to be good at calling out our opponent's next move, as well as keeping them guessing with what attack we will approach with next. Also, going back on playing aggressive, sometimes it actually is good to be aggressive and hold forward with Korra, but most times it can put her in some rough situations, but there are specific characters and certain matchups where it actually is 100% better for Korra to be holding forward the whole time. One thing I like to do in Korra's neutral to make sure I'm not like fully committing and approaching is to kind of like bounce my nair back and forth and just make the opponent respect my airspace. I can either drag it down immediately, or I can just light nair and maybe follow up with a dive kick if I want to choose to go in, or if I see an opening. I can also light nair and drag down a light dare if they decide to fall under me. I can also just choose to dash back on the ground after my light nair and be ready to grab or block or defend. Korra also benefits in neutral a lot by just holding shield. One thing that I like to do is if I see that my opponent just wants to come up and grab my shield, and I see that they're, you know, starting their approach, I can quickly just rock slide towards the other side of the stage if they, you know, start to invade my space. Rock slide's a great move for just getting the hell out of somewhere and putting yourself on a better spot in the stage. And yeah, just like holding shield with Korra in neutral just really seems to help a lot because she has a lot of poke options. And if an enemy hits your shield, it's pretty easy to just like get a jab out of shield, or a down tilt out of shield, or a light nair out of shield. Shielding works really well for Korra. She also has a frame 6 up smash, so that out of shield works really well and catches a lot of people off guard. One thing I want to highlight that you should be staying away from when you're playing Korra's neutral is just throwing out random dive kicks. Dive kick's a very predictable move, and if you're just raw throwing it out, a lot of people just back away, strafe away, just grab you right out of it because there is, end lag. Once you hit the ground, your best option is to like dash back immediately once you do use it. Like if you are going to use it, just wave dash back immediately, but that's definitely something you should practice too. Like wave dashing back out of your dive kick is definitely crucial for like keeping your space and not getting punished very easily from it. But yeah, throwing this move out with moderation is what I'm trying to say. Do not just rely on dive kick as your main neutral tool. It's very, very easily called out and very easily punished. Keep in mind though that dive kick actually is a free grab if you land on shield and they don't yellow block it. If you just immediately grab right out of shield, there's just way too much block stun for them to do anything. It's just essentially a free grab. So that's a great neutral tool for Korra, but just don't throw it out too often. Try and call out shielded opponents for it. With it, as opposed to just tossing it out and praying that your opponent's going to shield. Good call outs with it is how this move is used properly. When you're playing neutral with Korra, you also really want to use your dash attacks very sparingly. They're both pretty punishable and have quite the amount of end lag, so you just don't want to be tossing them out there willy-nilly. Her light dash attack comes out a little bit faster than her strong dash too, so that's a really good neutral tool in itself, just being able to get that wave slime set up. But yeah, be very careful with where you place your dash attacks with Korra. Another really good neutral tool for Korra is to actually just light dare, drag down light dare out of shield and do a rising up air after. She can get her combo string started immediately by just doing a light dare right on top of someone's head. Yeah, those are like pretty much the tools that I want to highlight in Korra's neutral. I also just want to say that like these tools are not great. She loses a lot to, like I said, disjointed hitboxes and honestly characters that just can shield pressure her a lot. Out of shield she's not horrible, but she definitely struggles with like being able to set up like a confirm out of shield. So she's just in a rough spot in that sense. So in this next section, I just kind of want to go over quickly Korra's tools for ledge guarding her opponents and ledge trapping and all the good ledge play. She doesn't have too much, but she does have some stuff to kind of, tease her opponent here and there. So let's get into that. So Korra has some pretty decent edge guarding tools, nothing fantastic though. One thing I like to do is, see if my opponent is going to jump sometimes. If they jump, I can actually just down strong when they try and jump off of ledge. And also if they re-grab ledge without invincibility, this will just knock them right down and kill them. This thing is insanely strong, especially the charge version. This thing kills mad early sometimes. If I'm not feeling like going for, a cheeky down strong on ledge, one thing I like to do is kind of drop back here and just react to my opponent. If they roll in, I can simply just up strong with the simple reaction. If I catch them rolling in, I react to that. And if they try and jump above my head, I can simply just do a light nair above my head and just try and place it in where they are going. And after that, I can try and follow up with a light down air and so on, and try and continue off of that. Another thing you can do is down tilt also works really well because it's a really, short move, and you can kind of just spam it here. And if you get, the first one to hit, sometimes you can get the second hit of it to hit. But that hitbox is very inconsistent, so sometimes you land it and sometimes you don't. But that's another option you can use in trying to edge guard with Korra. Another thing I said earlier in this video, but I'm going to bring it back now and just say it again because it is a pretty decent tool, is if you know your opponent has like a certain habit of just, straight get up off the ledge or roll in, placing snare in that spot and at high percentages can do you wonders. I mean, you can steal some really early kills with just placing snare at a perfect time right there, or like I said earlier, if they just like to roll in, man, this up strong does you wonders. It's frame 6, they can't react to it if you just put it out at a perfect timing. They're just not reacting to it, it's too fast. Also, you can get really cheeky with Korra and try and go for some dive kick stuff. This has 45 or so frames of hit stun if you do hit someone with it, so the thing's ridiculous. If you manage to you can zigzag them like I just did right there, you can find that off stage just somehow. Maybe you say you're getting comboed off stage too, you can just counter them with a dive kick and find a cheesy kill off the side sometimes, because this thing just if they get touched and they're not at at least level to the stage, they're probably going to die off of it. Alright guys, so we've already gotten through pretty much most of it. I just want to get into kind of the more advanced stuff, tech traps and such, just kind of highlight them and give you guys some ideas and how to mix your opponent up and what you want to be doing with her tech traps and all that. But yeah, in the current meta, Korra does not have a lot of true reliable confirms, so getting creative with your mix-ups and mixing up your opponents and making good use of tech traps is going to be your key to success right now. And one of the best ways you can do that is by implementing or jab or a down tilt after one of your light dare chains or after your dive kick. When your opponent is expecting you to grab or, expecting a certain time to tech and you mix it up with another move, you can get a lot of punishes off of using your strong dash to scoop them immediately after. So during Korra's light down air combos, this works really well. You can throw your opponent up, do your light down air combos, and then say on the last one, you hit a down tilt as soon as they're about to, be in that regrab position, and boom, you got them to miss their tech sometimes. And yeah, you just get that free punish almost, not every time, but a lot of the times you're going to catch your opponent off guard with doing this. You can also, if the opponent is high enough, do down tilt into jab, which is even more of a tech trap, because this just really mixes up when you think you're going to drop them. When you want them to tech, it's pretty much up to you when you get to this point. You decide when they have to tech. Also, in terms of mix-ups, the amount of mix-ups here is endless. You can just, make your opponent think that you're gonna grab, or consistently, condition them that, you're just gonna grab. Maybe the first match, all you're gonna do is just grab, right, off of the light down air strings, and then next match you start to, implement those tech traps and mixing them up, and boom, the amount of mix-ups with this setup is kind of endless. You can get your opponent to tech whenever you want, or not tech at all, or maybe think that they're gonna tech, or maybe think that they're not gonna tech. It's just a mind game with them. This whole setup kind of works off of dive kick as well, so you can kind of dive kick into down tilt and then kind of mix up your opponent's tech timing there too. You can also do this out of dash attack too, which I find very interesting sometimes. You can dash attack jab and then dash attack jab, you know. Sometimes they'll get caught in the backside too, and like you'll jab, and then you can kind of like turn around, and it's funny, like you can kind of like juggle your opponent by just dash attack jabbing, and if they miss their tech and their tech locked out, like you can just toy with them for a little bit. So yeah, these are pretty much the tech traps that have been giving me just a lot of success at high level currently. They're not, you know, 100% not true. So keep that in mind. Some people are very good at teching and will make you seem like a fool for even trying this on them. But right now, Korra needs to be creative. She needs to, you know, have something to try and close out these stocks. So this is what I've been using. And I hope, you know, you guys use these tech traps and try and find some success in them like I have. So in this last part of the video, I just kind of want to go over how we can kind of like make Korra's disadvantaged state like not as bad as it could be. I just want to, you know, quickly go over some things to like regain stage control, you know, minimize, you know, damage taken from some combos and stuff like that. But yeah, just honestly getting out of disadvantaged state is what I want to briefly go over. When you are in disadvantaged state as a Korra main, this is something you need to start to get used to, because you're going to need to try and find your ways out of, you know, each disadvantaged state you get in, which means mixing up your recoveries and not being predictable with your recoveries. Some characters can cover Korra's recovery extremely well, and you should almost never be going low. So you need to take note on characters like April, who, you know, will just punish you for going low and just drop a camera on your head and it's instant death. You also need to take note on characters like Nigel, and, you know, Aang also still wobbles Korra with her nair sometimes. SpongeBob, you need to really take note on how to DI every character that you are playing against. Some characters it's good to, you know, let yourself be carried off stage because, say, they don't have, you know, that great of a tool to punish you once you are off stage. Some characters you want to kind of keep yourself centered to the stage and, you know, kind of like drift towards a platform, or, you know, in Nigel's case, you kind of just don't want to keep holding the same direction the whole time, and, you know, towards that flick or towards that, you know, the point where you think that they're gonna upstrong you, you need to be able to mix your DI up on that hit. So, you know, just being aware of every character, everyone on the cast, and how you have to DI and mix up DI. Korra players need to be on top of this, because we need to minimize the damage that we take in disadvantage to help us win our advantage states. If we are falling way too behind in disadvantage state and not knowing how to DI, not knowing how to like minimize the damage that we take, then it will be crucial to our outcome of the match if we, you know, are or aren't doing it. As a Korra main, you're also going to take a lot of pressure, a lot of shield pressure, knowing when to throw out your move at a proper time, knowing when to hold out on your shield. These are things you also need to be wary of, you know, who you're playing to specifically. Some people, you know, are heavy on grabbing. Some people are, you know, just like to pressure you a lot. But regardless, in every matchup, shield pressure is not a good thing for Korra, and you really want to be placing your moves, you know, in the right spot. You paint a picture around your enemy. Don't just aim where they are, because Korra, you need to be calling your opponents out. Need to start your advantage state. So, you know, just get really good at trying to, you know, put moves in the right spot, and it's gonna, you know, do you good in the long run for sure. Also, getting back to center stage and like off of the ledge with Korra is tough sometimes. A great way I like to do this and try and, you know, punish my opponents for, you know, ledge guarding me is to kind of just jump over their head, dash back, and then do a dive kick towards them. This works out sometimes. You don't want to use it too much or get used to your opponent, you know, knowing that you like to do that, you know, mixing things up, roll-ins, stuff like that. Being smart with your ledge get-up options is key for Korra to regain stage control. Throwing out random options and on ledge is gonna get you punished very hard. And Korra is just, you know, they get comboed like crazy. A lot of people have very easy true confirms on Korra, so you just really want to, you know, not give up this interaction right here. You want to win your ledge interactions. You want to mix up your opponent on when you're getting up on the ledge, or why, or like, you know, the direction you're taking, or everything, man. Just your options in general. You need to be mixing up your ledge get up options for sure. But yeah, guys, we're pretty much getting towards the end of the guide here. As you guys can see, Korra's got, you know, her disadvantages, that's for sure. She also has her advantages, but her disadvantages are definitely holding her back quite a lot right now. She's rumored to have some buffs coming her way, but, you know, we're gonna hold out on that and kind of just cross our fingers and hope she gets the buffs in the right area, because, you know, she needs it. I love this character. There's no other character that I would love to play, that I would like to or enjoy to play in this game, honestly. She's just everything I could ask for in a character, and some. But, you know, she needs some love, that's for sure. And, you know, if you put the time into this character, you put the energy into this character, I promise you it will pay off in the long run. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. If you guys, you know, have any requests for things you'd like to see on the channel, you know, more stuff about Korra, you know, just tips and stuff about NickBrawl in general, I'd be happy to make some videos. Just go ahead and drop some ideas in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think, and you know, get working on some new vids, because, you know, NickBrawl really needs some character guides and, you know, just content in general. So I'm gonna be grinding my butt off to do that. But yeah, I appreciate you all chilling with me and taking your time out of your day to watch this Korra guide I put together. I hope some of you guys benefit out of this and maybe consider even picking Korra up. But yeah, if you guys want to catch me on Twitch, I stream every single day there. A whole lot of Nasby content over there, a whole lot of Korra over there. You can catch me live doing the things I do with this character at twitch.tv/Healz live. But yeah, appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one.